if you get to the end of your sales calls and get the objection of, let me ask my wife, let me run it by my spouse, I want to talk to this uncle, I want to, rub my pet hamster, whatever it might be, and never hear back from that person ever again, here is a quick role play on how to actually overcome that and how to use a simple psychological trick that will help prospects ultimately overcome their own fears, and you never lose a deal to that objection again. Okay, so the resources needed and the funding needed in order for us to allocate the resources to give you the coaching, the supplement system, the accountability partners, and ultimately just get you started on that path where you can consistently be losing weight over time and get back to that goal weight of that 180 pounds like you mentioned that you wanted, so you feel comfortable taking your shirt off, you feel proud of yourself, all those sorts of things. It's just 6,000 USD.
Gotcha. I really want to do it, man. I love it. Looks like you guys have like everything that I need to get to my dream outcome. But I gotta talk to my girlfriend. It's like 6K. Don't want to make a decision without her knowing.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's like 6K gonna go from the account, and we kind of live together, so like our finances are like together. And I don't want to spend like 6K on something without her knowing. I know it's gonna work. I really want to do it, but just gotta talk to her.
Okay, what do you mean by like you want to do it?
Um, I'm in. Like I love the program.
Okay, so I guess then what do you mean by like you shared finances? Talk me through that a little bit.
Yeah, so like we started living together like a year ago, and from that point, both the money we make is just a joint account. So we make like big financial decisions together. So don't want to spend like 6K without her knowing.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Okay. So I guess aside from just like letting her know that you're gonna do this, is there anything else kind of coming up for you on your end personally?
No, honestly, I love it.
Okay. So like scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you feel like this is exactly what you need. You feel like you want to get started with this and make the changes, and 1 being like you absolutely hate this and you think that I'm ugly. Where do you feel like you fall?
Yeah, for me, obviously, like you can't know everything inside without being inside. So like I would say like a 9. But from what I've seen, like it's this is what I want to do.
Okay. Got it. Why not a 1?
I mean, you're not ugly. I don't hate you, and it looks like I really think you guys can give me results. Like I've tried other fitness programs in the past, didn't really work. They didn't have the accountability, everything like it wasn't like everything all together. So it looks like this is the end all be all solution.
Okay.
That's what I want to do. It's just talking to
And
the spouse.
I guess what would it take to be a 10 then?
Um, if she was here, she knew that I was doing this.
Okay.
I mean, she knew I was taking a call like this, but we didn't know it was 6K.
Okay. Was there like a number that you guys had in mind? Or
I think if it was like 2, 3, I could swing it myself and it wouldn't be a big deal. But after like at least 5, it becomes a little
okay.
don't want to deal with it.
Where does that 5K number kind of come from? Is that like how you guys typically make decisions or
I mean, I make I guess the most amount of money in the because I own like my own business and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, so if it's for the business, I kind of make the decisions alone
Okay.
because I kind of know my business and like I know how it runs.
Sure.
Um, but when it comes to more like lifestyle stuff, I've never spent more than like I spent once 4K for something without her knowing.
Okay.
It caused a lot of problems. That's why I don't want to go back to that again.
Okay. And like I guess how long has she been aware that like you've been unhappy with your current level of health and fitness and like you're you mentioned you're kind of ashamed whenever you take off your shirt in the mirror. Like, is she aware of all of that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. How long have you guys been like talking about that?
Been a while, man, honestly. Like in the first couple of years, I was pretty in shape. I was working hard, but then when I started building the business, I had to put my focus there. So I feel like this area is like really lacking now.
Yeah.
And I think it's like 1, 2 years of being aware of this.
Yeah. And she knows the emotional toll that's kind of been taken on you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Well, let's do this. Like, I'm not in the business of causing breakups or divorces or anything like that. So you said like 2 or 3K. Let's just do like half. Let's do your half. And then you go and chat with your girlfriend. And if she's like, you know what, Ahmet, I am absolutely going to break up with you because you want to get in the best shape of your life, and be proud of yourself and get your confidence back, then we can give back the 3K and like part as friends. But I don't know. You tell me. Do you think that she's going to be against you actually getting this solved so that you can have your confidence back? Obviously, she's going to be probably way more attracted to you as well, and like you guys are probably going to be happier. But you tell me. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it like that.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
do 3K and then let's do the rest after I have a conversation with her.
Awesome. When do you feel like you're going to be able to have that conversation with her this evening?
For sure
Like
tonight.
6, 7?
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do like 6, 7.
Okay, cool. Uh, will you just give me a call after you have a chat with her and we can get the rest settled up?
Sure.
Cool.
Let's do it.
So, to handle this objection, we always start with the CIT framework. Again, clarify, isolate, and tie down. We figure out what is the real objection, is there anything else going on, and how close are they to actually being able to like make the decision, make sure they have full confidence in things. They feel like this can actually get them to where they're wanting to go. And then after that, it basically just came down to the age-old partner objection. There's a lot of different ways that you can handle this. You can like go really hard on the person and like whose responsibility is it to like be the person, etc., etc. However, I myself am married and I have been in this situation many, many times. I'm no longer in it. I will spend ridiculous amounts of money without talking to my wife. However, I was once in that position, and so I kind of understand where people are coming from there. And so for me personally, I never want to handle an objection that I believe is at least like somewhat valid in somebody's life. I feel like it's a bit of an incongruency. And so because I believe that that objection is valid, I'm going to help this person find a way through it and basically become creative with them in order to take a step towards their outcome that they want. So rather than just like letting them go and, completely defer the decision to talking with their spouse, I'm going to find where we can find a line in the middle. In this case, he said it himself. It was 2 to 3K that he could swing on his own. So I'm just going to take the path of least resistance as a closer. Like I'm going to get the deal closed. I'm going to get off the call, hop on to my next call. We're going to do the 3K and then settle up the rest after he's chatted with his girlfriend. Now, I have also framed when he goes and chats with his girlfriend all of the reasons that he wants to do this in terms of the confidence, being proud of himself, looking better, girlfriend going to be even more attracted to him afterwards, all these sorts of things, how long they've been talking about it, the emotional toll that it's taken on him, potentially even on his business. I probably would have repped that in earlier in the call as well. And so that when he goes and chats with his girlfriend, all of that stuff is top of mind. And now it's coming from a place of like, I've already made the decision on my end and I've put down money to solidify it and to prove to you that I'm serious, rather than like going back to the girlfriend like asking permission, right? It's a little bit of a difference, but it's very nuanced and it's very important that you do it the right way. Otherwise, like this person's just going to come back, they're going to ask for a refund, and the whole thing won't work anyway. But this will work for girlfriends, it'll work for wives, it'll work for business partners. I've used this on $100,000 deals in the past with multiple business partners and board members and all sorts of stuff. So the same framework works across the board. So if you want to learn how to handle the partner objection and any other objections step by step, and potentially even how to pre-handle them so you never even have to deal with them in the first place, there's a link down in the description to join the Sales Dojo. My free gift to you is 7 days of a free trial. To join, you can join some coaching calls, a classroom, get some learning in, connect with some other pros, and who knows, you may just like what you find, and if you do, then I'll see you inside.